Hi everyone, you're specially welcome to Therapy with Dr. IJ, your one and only doctor of happiness. You know why I'm laughing? I have my coach, serious coach, the coach that wants me to reduce by fire by force and has given me a lot of diets, which of course I'm not sticking to because I'm a foodie. So back to what we have today. My coach is here and he will be introducing himself.
I am Rotifa Philip. I'm a sports coach, a fitness instructor, and a nutritionist, and I'm happy to be here with her in this program because of the topic involved. Thank you for bringing me.
Yeah, so the topic involved, which is bullying at the workplace. This is part of our anti-bullying week, programs. And remember, I told you in my previous video that this year's anti-bullying theme is make some noise about bullying. So that's the noise we are making. So, coach, were you bullied at the workplace?
Um, Currently, not really, but I think one time like that, I was once a victim of bullying. Um, Most persons have experienced bullying, and I think bullying goes with harassment,
Yeah, true.
because when you are unfairly treated, that's bullying and that's harassment. But I've seen persons giving me their accounts of victimizations when it comes to being bullied. For example, when there's an advancement, probably from a more senior colleague to a younger colleague, and most times, or sometimes different genders, that may stop promotion if it's a workplace that requires promotion as and when due. Then we talk about bullying when you undermine someone's position. You can also bully your superior in a way
Yeah,
that you don't
true.
know. A superior gives an order or gives an instruction, and you look at the superior in a way that you do not care about that position. You don't respect his decisions. You go your own way, and the superior calls you to order, and don't see any reason to that. Actually, um, most superiors that like verbally correcting the younger superiors, some younger
Okay,
colleagues.
in the presence of people.
No, I mean talking about the positive side now. Those that actually
Okay.
verbally correct when
Yeah,
others are not there, they are doing you a favor, because
correct.
most disobedience to instruction should have gone with a particular fine or warning or query, but the lower colleague undermine that position, and that is bullying. Then reverse, conversely, now talking about the superior talking down on a worker in the presence of others, that is bullying.
Yeah,
It's
because the person's self-esteem will be
will
affected.
be affected. And I think there was something I learned some time ago when a supervisor or a senior colleague is talking verbally, or is talking to a younger colleague. Other colleagues shouldn't stare at the victim here. It
Yeah,
really
true.
dampens your spirit.
It
It's
dampens the
one thing
person's
that you're already
spirit.
being shouted at, and it's one thing for all the colleagues there in the office to look at you while that is ongoing. So those are a few. I think I was once like that. I was in a school where a senior colleague shouted in front of the students, and I didn't take it lightly. I wasn't happy with it. I had to correct him that you should have called me to one side and spoken to me. Thankfully, he got to the higher colleague and he was corrected. You don't talk to, because if you want to be respected, respect the
Yeah,
person
respect
also.
is reciprocal.
Yes.
So I want to ask, I know you've experienced everything. You've experienced leadership and you've also been led. So why you climbed the ladders, of success, and then you got to the top? Did you really?
Yeah,
Did you bully your
yeah, no, no, I
followers?
didn't. I don't bully because I know what it takes to be bullied. I know how you feel when you're being, because when you're being bullied, you don't work optimally.
Yeah.
You give little of what you can. That was it. There was a particular superior that maybe she didn't know, but she thought it was correction. With the way she handled her business, most of the members of staff left. I mean, imagine like 5 to 6 members leaving your organization in just one on a window of 3 months. Not because she wasn't,
Yeah.
but she was verbally intimidating,
Okay,
talking down on them, and it's not a good thing. I won't do that.
Yeah, I also think that those that owe their workers emotionally abuse them. That's bullying.
Yes.
Someone
yes.
works for you, and at the end of the month, you don't pay.
You don't
And then
pay
some
them.
of these firms that owe people, for instance, I work for January, and because you're afraid of my movement, that's financial abuse.
Yes.
You decide to pay me in the middle of February.
Yes.
How do I survive?
The intervals.
Wickedness. That's
Yeah.
wickedness.
Yeah, I'm saying February. There was an instance. One of my workers actually faced that in the school that he taught, and it wasn't paid the first month, the second month. Then it was paid half of the first month in the third month. I asked, how did
That's
you
wickedness.
cope? All because they didn't want him to leave. But if you don't want your workers to leave, it's by paying them well and giving them welfare packages
Yes,
that are
incentives.
very, very juicy. We
Instead
have lots
of
of
bullying them.
juicy package that can keep someone. And going by that, one of the good ways of reporting bullying is to meet with the counselor. Thankfully, you are doing that. Most persons don't know that in the workplace. We have the HR. You can meet with the HR. You can meet with the counselor. You can meet with depending on the authority in that particular environment. Yes.
But here is counselor.
It's counselor.
Yes,
Speak
in my
up.
workplace I mediate. I'm the mediator, so there's little or no bullying. But several years ago, I was emotionally bullied. Going back now, I shouldn't have actually done what I did. I'm not regretting what I did, but the way I went about it, that was during my masters. My lectures changed, and I had to quit my workplace. And I mutually agreed with my boss to quit. So when I quit, the rival school needed my services, and it's within the same neighborhood. That wasn't good. Child, going back to my, let's say, 7 to 8 years ago self, I shouldn't have done that, but I did. And stories start flying, and the woman I heard did so many things, and I still feel bad about it though. Eventually I left the scenario because it wasn't
A healthy one.
it wasn't healthy, because walking down that estate, you just see somebody in the previous school, and then some other people in that previous school came. But the woman, what amazed me was, why I called it an emotional bullying, psychological bullying, is we mutually agreed to part ways because of my program. It's simple. When your clients come to you, explain that I mutually parted ways with this lady because of her programs. Instead of crying and shouting and cursing and being so dramatic. And besides, you're not my father or my mother, so your cause cannot hold water. You didn't pay my way through school, but again, I was wrong. I don't think I can make such a choice again, like you're going from frying pan to fire.
Yeah.
No. So I think that's my only bullying case. And then when I went for a certain interview and the interviewer refused to give me the job or even interview me, the man looked at my CV and said, we can't hire you because you are a product of Ignatius Surgery University.
Wow.
And you won't be, in fact, you'll be very busy with, that was during my PhD coursework, you can't get the job. And then he didn't ask me any questions, like no questions. Reason, because of my program. I was so angry. So when I walked out of the place, I didn't even walk out. I told him that he needed to interview me. There is an interview. So I was given the papers and I wrote. So when I left there, You know me now, I do nature therapy as a therapist. The place has a lot of flowers. So as I was leaving, I started talking to the flowers and asserting my authorities, and then I prayed. Luckily for me, the interviewer's superior called me and I got the job. And when I finally got the job, 2 weeks into the job, the man, the married man, walked into my office one day with his black suit. And this I think that's the intimidating demeanor. He walked around my office and told me, do you know I'm also doing a PhD? And I'm like, why is PhD a problem? What is the relationship between PhD and this job? So in my mind, I'm like, this man, please go and sit down. So he said that I have to report under him, that when I have counseling issues, I should let him know. In my mind, I was like, look at this son of Adam. That's almost impossible. So he wrote his number. I followed him to his office. He wrote his number. I took the number and folded it and dropped in my drawer and left it. I didn't even bother with that. But bullying is not good. We are best of friends now anyway. I'm best of friends with the individual now. But at least he knows his boundaries. That's impossible. But bullying is not good, especially at the workplace.
At the workplace, it creates an atmosphere of unhealthy situations. It doesn't make workers give the optimal best. It disallows
because they're uncomfortable.
It reduces the worker's self-esteem because you can't get to work and be confident in yourself again. It makes you have a sense of insecurity.
Yeah, true.
What will I do today that will anger this man? What can I do today not to anger? Like now, you are not even sure of the laid down rules. You just know that the particular person is just looking out for any mistake you make, faults, and petty as they may seem. And that's not to say that people should tolerate incompetence in the workplace. But
no, it's the balance. There are also disgruntled workers. Disgruntled in the sense that whatever a boss does to you isn't good. The offers at your workplace aren't good for you, so you complain a lot, and then you leave a workplace, and all you have to say about that place is negative. That means you're disgruntled. So the balance is what we are advocating for. Bullying at the workplace is not good and should be discouraged, because people have to be mentally fit to do work excellently. So if you're an employer or an employee or someone that works in a place, even if you're one of these janitors or cleaners, strike a balance. Respect is reciprocal. But we'll continue making noise about bullying. If you have cases about bullying, please just write them in the comment section, especially workplace bullying. I'm still your Doctor of Happiness, Dr. Ijoma Egege, and this is Therapy with Dr. IJ, your one and only Doctor of Happiness. Thank you, Mr. Rotifa, my coach, for coming.
Thank you.
It's my pleasure. Thank you very much, sir. I sincerely appreciate.
It's nice to be here.
Thank you.